It was especially interesting sitting down for this, and I always watch the recaps for the few seconds that they are, just because, especially with a show like this, you know, it's like, yeah, give me all the recap you can give me. And watching the recap for this one, obviously it recapped, or it ended up recapping as best it could anyway, the whole season 1. And you go through like the emotions of all of it and everything that went down, and then you're like, yeah, I'm getting really excited for this next season now, even though I already was. And then the last part of the recap is Khaleesi with the dragon, and like the dragon gives like that little baby dragon roar, and then you're like, oh fuck yeah, that definitely happened. And then it ends, and now you're like, I'm ready to watch season 2 and see how this dragon comes into play, and everything else that's obviously going on with Ned. It still hurts. Literally, probably my favorite character in the show. I'd actually say definitely my favorite character in the show. Well, was my favorite character, because now he's past tense. We'll learn as we keep going. I'm so ready for season 2.
Sorry, Your Grace. My deepest apologies.
Oh boy.
Are you drunk?
No. No, Your Grace.
Sir Meryn, help Sir Donto celebrate my name day. See that he drinks his fill.
What's Malfoy up to here? Are they gonna kill him of alcohol poisoning?
It would be bad luck to kill a man on your name day.
What kind of stupid peasant superstition?
The girl is right.
He's a fool. You're so clever to see it. He'll make a much better fool than a knight. He doesn't deserve the mercy of a quick death.
She's saving people here. She's making use of herself best she can anyway.
My father was a traitor.
God damn
My mother
it.
and brother are traitors too.
She's like
I'm loyal to my beloved Joffrey.
Trained dog.
Of course you are.
At least Tyrion could speak for himself.
There is work to be done.
What work? Why are you here?
Oh, that's right. He's the hand. He's the hand.
This morning,
The appointed hand. The boss is here.
Don't get up.
That's an order.
More ravishing than ever, big sister.
I wonder if that
What are you
kiss
doing here?
turned her on, since Lannister's her thing.
It's been a remarkable journey. I slept in a sky cell.
I fought with the hill tribes.
Yeah.
So many adventures.
Fought is a debatable
So
word.
much. Do you believe the Hand of the King is welcome at all small council meetings?
There it is.
Father is Hand of the King.
Yes, but in his absence.
Nobody here cares about handwritten notes anymore, though. You don't like this?
I would like to know how you tricked Father into this.
If I were capable of tricking father, I'd be emperor of the world by now. You brought this on yourself. One.
Arya, little animal, she disappeared.
Disappeared? What? In a puff of smoke? We had 3 stocks to trade. You chopped one's head off and let another escape. Father would be furious.
But listening to people you'd rather not listen to is one of your responsibilities as Lord of Winterfell.
I'm glad that he's got this guy, because he's just a kid. He doesn't understand a lot of this. All he has is his emotions.
The fools say it's Lannister red.
That's gorgeous
The
again.
Lannisters will rule all 7 kingdoms before long.
I see the show in the 2nd season putting some extra effort into the
Stars
specific
don't fall
shots that
from
they're
them.
getting.
Dragons are all dead. Been dead for centuries.
You guys are in for it.
Promise to protect them. I promised them that enemies would die screaming. How do I make starvation scream?
She's probably the best leader in this whole, the best alive leader, because Ned was the best leader. The best leader in this whole damn show. I'd say Robb is a close second for best leader in the show. Maybe Tywin? I haven't seen enough of Tywin.
He marries his daughters, and they give him more daughters. And on it goes.
The show is so wild.
That's foul. It's beyond foul. What does he do with his sons?
It's a good question.
Who's this little girl?
Disrespectful.
You're prettier than half my daughters.
I agree with that.
You got a nice wet twat between your legs.
It's a beautiful man.
I catch that pretty little bastard talking to my daughters.
No one will talk to your daughters. You have my word.
Someone is worried and
You
jealous.
bring any of that good wine with you? You want to know where they've all gone? No.
Jon is very... All the Starks are for the most part.
He's no friend of mine.
John's very like,
He broke
empathetic.
his vow.
Another beautiful shot. Another beautiful shot.
Take them and cast your light upon us. Stannis Baratheon,
There he is.
warrior of light. Your sword awaits you.
I almost gave up on Stannis even existing.
I do this day lay claim to the Iron Throne of Westeros. Let all true men declare their loyalty.
He's coming
When
for...
Eddard Stark learnt the truth, he told only me. I'll not make the same mistake. Send copies of that letter to every corner of the
Yeah.
realm from the
Oh,
Harvest
yeah.
World.
We got a smart guy, too.
I'm sending one of your cousins down to King's Landing with my peace terms.
You think my father's going to negotiate with you? You don't know him very well.
But he's starting to know me.
This is where I belong.
Yes, well, you need to be careful. No one can know you're here.
No one will know.
Can't trust anyone in King's Landing. They're all liars. Good liars, bad liars. One or two great liars.
He said one or two great liars. And speaking of, there's
Lord
one.
Baelish. I heard a song once about a boy of modest means. Found his way into the home of a very prominent family. He loved the eldest daughter. Sadly, she had eyes for another.
Him and Kate.
Sometimes I've heard even brothers and sisters develop certain affections.
Yeah, get her back.
When those affections become common knowledge.
Which they are.
Well,
Seize him. Cut his throat.
Oh,
Oh, wait. I've changed my mind. Let him go. Power is power.
Do see if you can take some time away from your coins and your whores to locate the Star Girl for me. I would very much appreciate it.
We won't beat them until you take King's Landing. If I trade the Kingslayer for two girls, my bannermen will string me up by my feet.
You want to leave Sansa in the Queen's hands? And are you? What are we fighting for if not for them?
It's more complicated than that, you know it is! Tomorrow, you'll ride south to the Stormlands.
Is this an order?
Why in the name of all the gods would
Because
you...
I need you to negotiate with Renly Baratheon.
You have 100 other lords.
Which of these lords do I trust more than you? If Renly sides with us,
Okay, I see.
we'll outnumber them 2-1.
I will ride at first light.
It's just such a big ask that he can only ask her because she's the only one he can really trust with such a big ask.
We will all be together again sooner.
Your father would be proud.
That's what this is all for.
Orders.
Whose orders?
Someone who doesn't care what Littlefinger thinks.
Gendry! His name is Gendry!
Where is the bastard?
The Night's Watch!
The show is not for the weak. So that's Joffrey. That's Joffrey. Could also be Cersei. Either way, like they don't want to lose the power that they have currently. Knowing that there's another little bastard out there, in Joffrey's words. Knowing that the rightful heir potentially is out there. And so they're just out there killing like every young boy that they can find. That's devastating. That's absolutely devastating. Oh my god, it was a baby. And then they did the sound effect too. That's what over that. So you kill every young boy you can find, and then by doing that you pretty much eliminate all potential heirs to the throne. It was really cool to meet Stannis. I don't know what to make of Stannis outside of he obviously wants the throne, but as far as like what his intentions are, what kind of leader he is, all that stuff, I got no fucking idea. I know that whatever was happening over there wasn't good, because that older guy was insistent on the fact that like it's not right whatever was happening, and clearly it was being ignored. Like he even was talking to this other guy like, hey, you know it's not, what's going on? And the other guy was clearly ignoring the fact that something was wrong, and it, like, you could tell he was disregarding something being wrong. And it makes me think that Stannis might not have the greatest intention, but I don't know. He made it clear that he didn't have a good relationship with whomever, Renly, his brother, who was apparently a king in a whole other section, who we found out in this episode Robb is sending his mom to go talk to Renly and try and get those 100,000 people on his side. At the same time, he's also Michael gets some Greyjoy ships and some more troops, and the girl with all the red and the red hair, and she's an interesting character. That whole ritual thing that they did with lighting the stuff on fire and that sword thing, that's like, I'm guessing what wasn't right about that is them pledging an allegiance to a new god. It felt like, because they had a line in there about it, where like as opposed to the old gods, you got new gods now, and I guess that new god is Lightbringer or whatever she had called it, as opposed to the gods that we always hear about, which is like the Seven or something like that. Okay, so I think that I get that's all. And Arya, actually, who's playing a boy right now, and we see that they want to go after the other guy too, who's with Arya, who is like, I think the most rightful heir, I think because he's the oldest one, is with Arya, and they're gonna go try and find him. And if they see Arya, I think he's a boy. I wonder if they would try and kill her too. There's so much that's happening at the same time. Once again, the show's always doing that. Some really cool shots. I think this is my favorite like filmed episode out of all the episodes, with all the different shots you would see. Then there was also everything going on with Khaleesi, just as far as she's stepping up and trying to, it seems like she's just trying to figure out a place to stay for them, at least for now, since the horses can't really handle what's happening anymore. She needs to protect them. That was like her last promise to Drogo. A lot of stuff is happening. I don't really someone mentioned Mance Rayder gathering an army. I don't know who Mance Rayder is. I don't know why they'd be gathering an army, and I don't remember who mentioned it. I'm sure I'll hear about it again though. I'm ready for the next one. My goodness, them killing the kids. This show is fucking wild. There's no other way to put it. No holds barred. Just like you just have to accept it. And it's hard though. It is hard, but like, you know, when you make a great show, you can get away with that stuff. Because you're gonna keep watching, right? I'm not like, I need to know what's happening. I'm invested in Jon Snow. By the way, I love that he's just so, Ned raised these kids a certain way, because Jon is just so looking at all the girls like, what the like, this is bullshit, like it sucks that they're all here, and meanwhile this other creepy ass guy only thinks Jon's looking at them because he likes them. Like, no, it's he knows this sucks for them. And then you have Robb, who the same thing, he's like wears his emotions on his sleeve and face, and we know all about Arya, and yeah, Sansa, and we know about Bran, by the way, who also can't just like listen to the townspeople talk bad about his father. Like, he wears his emotions as well, even though he's a lot younger. I mean, they're all very young, and Sansa's the only one who got a little bit lost along the way, and let all the, you know, if you marry Joffrey, like, let all that stuff get to her head about what's really the difference between right and wrong. But you know, even her, she saved somebody in this episode. She saved somebody's life. She used what she could to her advantage. She used Joffrey's own power against him, and manipulated him a little bit by having that guy saved in the beginning of the episode. So like, all the Starks are very Stark in this episode, and I love, like, they're all just so, you know, similar and all in that particular way. So shout out to Ned for that, and Kate, of course. I just keep saying Ned because I miss him so much.
Come closer, and I'll shove that stick up your bunghole and fuck you bloody.
Jesus Christ.
Boy has more courage than sense.
Come here!
Yoren said none of us were to go near those three.
Come here!
I have a royal warrant.
Or one of these gutter rats you're transporting?
Well, the thing is, these gutter rats belong to the Night's Watch.
I don't like threats.
Who threatened you?
I'm not Ned Stark. I understand the way this game is played.
Ned Stark was a man of honor.
And I am not. Threaten me again, and I'll have you thrown into the sea.
The big fish eat the little fish, and I keep on paddling. Come, my lord. We shouldn't keep the Queen waiting.
You're very brave.
Oh. He just fell in love. Sam, I think. Samwell.
Sam knows we're not supposed
She's pregnant.
Isn't that the whole point?
We have to take her with us when we leave.
What?
Oh.
No, it sounds a bit mad. No, it doesn't sound a bit mad. It's impossible.
Sam, are you in such a hurry to lose a hand?
I didn't touch her.
No, you just want to steal her. What do you think Craster cuts off for that?
I can't steal her. She's a person, not a goat.
The guy she sent, right? Is that his head? She said that you're my last blood of blood or whatever. Is that him? I didn't know his name.
They don't like the idea of a woman leading a Khalasar.
They will like it far less when I am done with them.
City Watch must keep the peace. Only, I hadn't realized peace depended on killing babies.
Orders are orders.
Quite right. Especially the Queen's orders.
Not have my honor questioned by an imp.
I'm not questioning your honor, Lord Janus. I'm denying its existence.
Ooh.
I think I'll stand here and take this from you, dwarf.
And seeing as you betrayed the last hand of the king, well, I just wouldn't feel safe with you lurking about.
What are you...
There's a ship leaving for Eastwatch by the sea tonight. From there, I'm afraid it's rather a long walk to Castle Black.
Oh, damn.
I hope you enjoy the wall.
These men are under my command. I command you to arrest this cutthroat.
His name is Bronn, and he is the new commander of the City Watch.
Boys?
Small moves. Small moves to get
the new commander.
And obviously, Bronn saved his life. Literally.
If I told you to murder...
So you trust him, if any.
An infant girl, say, still at her mother's breast. Would you do it?
Without question, no. I'd ask how much.
My name's not Ari.
You guys need to stay close to each other.
It's Arya.
Just...
of House Stark. Yoren is taking me home to Winterfell.
Who's your father? The Hand, the traitor.
He was never a traitor.
And I've been pissing in front of you and everything. I should be calling you Milady.
Do not call me Milady.
You don't know Arya. She ain't your typical lady.
I'm heading that way. I can take you there.
I bet you can.
Have these hands ever touched a rope?
Don't you worry about my hands. The sea is in my blood. You may get to stay in a castle tonight if you're lucky.
Is that an offer from my future king?
An order from your future king. You can tell your grandchildren about this night. Lord Stark is gone.
And how do you feel about that?
Where's your allegiance?
What's done is done. I brought you a proposal from Robb Stark.
Who gave you those clothes? I'll not have my son dressed as a whore.
My blood is salt and iron.
Yet the Stark boy sends you to me like a trained raven, clutching his message.
The offer he makes is one I propose.
This son of the man who put your true brothers to the sword, or have you forgotten your own blood? I destroy Robb Stark's enemies for him, and he will make me king of the Iron Islands once again.
I will lead the attack myself from your son, your only living heir. Who else? Yara?
So good to see you, brother.
Oh, this show is disturbing.
This is a homecoming I'll tell my grandchildren about.
God damn it.
Come with me and plunder the greatest city in Westeros. You'll be the richest man in Lys, and the most famous. They'll be singing songs about you as long as men have voices to sing.
You believe your king can win? I'll sail with you Davos Seaworth. You're the most honest smuggler I ever met.
So Stannis is
you were too blind to see.
preparing.
Back when you ripped my mother open on your way out of her and she bled to death.
She was my mother too.
The hell is that? How is that his fault?
For the sake of you.
God, you're such an evil person.
There's
Ugh.
no bigger joke in the world than that.
My little brother has 100,000 men, according to the scouts. Men whose allegiance rightly belongs to me.
You must have faith.
That's this Renly.
You must give all of yourself.
I have a wife.
Put away in a tower. She disgusts you.
God damn it, you are weak. That's it. That's all it took. Damn. Is that a boy, baby? There is no way you will just watch this and let it happen. There's no way. God damn it. Go save it. Oh shit, the eyes. Oh. Oh. That's a White Walker. That's a White Walker. What does the White Walker need the baby for? Is it just gonna kill the baby? And why is that guy at the end that knocked him out? That was his Lord Commander, right? I can't tell if that's the old guy having sex with all his daughters or if that's his commander. But either way, I'm watching the next episode. So I'm gonna find out right now what's happening. That's a White Walker though, I know that, and I'm curious. I don't know what the White Walker's gonna do with the baby, but I gotta find out. Great ups. All these episodes are fucking fantastic. Every single one is just standalone, so good on its own. And I love that this show very much, it's all continuous. Like, it's all a continuous storyline starting with the very first episode, and each episode follows that and follows that and follows that, and you get pieces of closure information wise, but you continue to just get more riveting storyline that drives the story forward. Like, think about the whole Greyjoy situation in this whole episode. It's all kind of a new introduced thing, and it's going to introduce an entire new aspect of storyline to everything. Meanwhile, they continue to give us everything else that we want, like Arya and the bastard kid, Gendry. So we have the Gendry and Arya combination that I'm living for, by the way, and they're gonna need to stick together and protect each other, actually, because both of them are, until Arya gets to Winterfell, and I believe she'll get there, because I forgot that guy's name, but the guy that saved her, he's gonna make sure she gets there, because I trust him. But Gendry's got to stay there too, though, and I don't know how that's gonna happen, but I believe Arya's gonna have to figure things out somehow, some way. Her and Gendry put their brains together and figure out why the hell they came, and the people are, the gold cloaks or whatever, are coming looking for them. They'll figure it out, I hope, anyway. I'm just trying to logically figure into my hope what gets Gendry into safe keeping, because walking with this group is not going to be it, because they're going to come back looking for him. The Greyjoy situation is fascinating, because I'm thinking the whole time he's going to, like, betray, like, not the whole time. It was once he was in the ship and got, like, this whole power trip when he was having sex with that girl, and it was just like, it was really, he was like, it was acting all creepy and weird, and I guess that's just the Greyjoy way. Started talking about power and being a king and all that, and I'm thinking, oh shit, he's gonna like betray Robb. But I don't think that's the case. I think what we learned is that he just sees an opportunity for him to be a king of the Iron Island. Like, all of this, yeah, like he gets the ships and he gets, you know, people to fight for him and Robb, and all that leads to, you know, the territory being released by Joffrey, and then he can be a, you know, king again, like not again, but he's the rightful heir, so then he can be a king of Iron Island after all of it. And that wouldn't betray Robb. It would just work out to his benefit after everything, as well as Robb's benefit, because he gets ships and more crew. So that makes total sense, except he's not going to get any of that. He's not going to get the ships and the help anyway, because his father is not interested in helping out Robb at all because of everything that happened with Ned and all that. And he believes in, you know, not being given gold and all that. He believes like they live the iron and salt way, which is we kill and take, and that's how we get rewarded with what we get. Like, I'm not gonna be handed anything. And then he's like, you're never gonna take down the Lannisters, or you never get to King's Landing on your own, or whatever he had said. And Greyjoy, the son, had said, and the father's like, no, I think he has intention to go after Robb and Robb's crew, I think anyway, which Robb's got enough to deal with right now, so fuck, that's a mess. So they killed Khaleesi's last blood of blood. Not sure what that means. Blood of blood, like blood of blood. I don't really know what that means, but obviously she cared about the like, it was that like Drogo's last family. I don't know. All I know is that she didn't like that, and she's gonna want payback. How she gets that, I don't know, but I know they're in a bad situation right now because the one guy whose name I always forget, even though he's so significant, but Khaleesi, the guy that's been looking out for Khaleesi, they're out of water. So they're in a bad situation right now, really bad. She looks dehydrated. Like, they all just are in a bad way. Stannis building his army. He's getting, even though it's still not enough to fight Renly, and he realizes that he's doing what he can. He's getting Davos to get the pirates on their side so they can have ships plus more crew. I'd imagine the Salador guy, I think, is the leader of those pirates, and looks like they believe Salador won't betray them as long as the gold continues to be involved. So all of that is definitely a big part of this. And then he ends up like sleeping with the redhead. I don't know if we've gotten her name yet. I don't even know what her significance is. I just know that she's very much trying to get Stannis to like understand that this new way, not the way of the old gods and stuff, but this way of whatever they keep preaching, this light god, this light bringer or whatever, like he needs to buy into that, and that will help them get victory despite the logical numbers that Renly has. And Stannis is definitely like a warrior. Like, they've said it before, Stannis hasn't lost a battle. He's a true warrior. Like, he's not someone you want to mess around with in a battle. And it shows why, because he's smart. He doesn't run into, like, he knows he can't go at Renly with his current numbers. But he also wants a son, apparently, and that's all it took for him to cheat on his wife, who apparently is really sick and in some tower somewhere, can't give him babies. The Tyrion stuff to me is so fascinating, because Tyrion is the ultimate survivor who also knows right from wrong, really fucked up from not fucked up, and understands. Like, a lot of this shit doesn't sit right with him, and he took action there by getting that one guy removed and putting Bronn, his guy, in charge, which not only puts him in a better position, because now he kind of has some say over these, I don't know what you call them, but these people who are like I guess they're the muscle. I don't know if they're the gold cloaks, or I think they are the gold cloaks, because they said they had the gold cloaks kill the baby, and he hated that. And you could see him talking to Bronn, like, he's just like, if I were you to kill a baby, like, well, you know, what would you question it? And I think because he's, you know, he's like, you don't do that. I just know that Tyrion is doing the little things that he can, and I hated that conversation with Cersei at the end. I don't know if we knew that he killed that. Not he didn't kill. That's her words. But that their mom died after giving birth to him. But now we know, and it just shows that this guy's got Tyrion's got scars. Like, he's got trauma from that. We also learned about him when he was 16 and he got tricked by Jaime and Cersei with the girl who he was married to for a night. Like, he's just got like real shit that's happened to him, and he you know, he still manages to just go forward and have this kind of bravado, and it's because he's actually smart, put the work in to be smart. But he's got like real shit, and you know, with Ned gone, he's my new favorite character. So god damn it, do not kill this man off this show. Also, the actor is great. The actor is great. The guy that plays Tyrion is fantastic, and I actually recognize him from because I was a big Breaking Bad fan, which I've said plenty of times. But I would always Breaking Bad. I feel like the Emmys, Breaking Bad won like a shitload of Emmys, and it was from 2008 to 2013. And I would obviously I always wanted the cast to win their Emmys and the show to win their Emmys, just because I love the show, and I'm like, yeah, get your Emmys, you deserve it. But every time, like, I know that Aaron Paul won a bunch of Emmys for Breaking Bad, and as a supporting actor, because I think Bryan Cranston would be considered the lead actor, and he also won a bunch of Emmys. But I know that every time Aaron Paul is up for Emmys, I don't know the actor's name that plays Tyrion, but I know he'd be up against Aaron Paul. I know Aaron Paul beat him a couple times, and I just remember seeing like the actor that plays Tyrion as one of the nominees, you know, in the crowd. Based on that, like, going into this, I knew he wouldn't die in the first season at least, because he's not going to be up for an Emmy if he like got killed off early. But I don't know, like, I don't remember, I don't quite have like a good idea of the Game of Thrones timeline, like the year it started, the year it ended. I have some guesses, but they're not great guesses, and I can't look any of this shit up because I know the spoilers are wild with this show if I look anything up. I don't even go on like IMDb, which I love using. It doesn't spoil things, but I just try not to. I avoid it as best I can. Anyways, yeah, random mini rant. Let's find out what the hell is going on with this White Walker taking a child, and with Jon getting knocked out, and with everything happening in this show.
Out! All of you.
So it was this guy.
Bastard's been meddling where he shouldn't. What did you do?
I followed him. He took the baby into the woods, the newborn. What business is that of yours?
No, you don't understand.
Oh, they have the deer as their symbol. In my head, Renly wasn't going to be so young.
You are all your father promised and more, my lady.
I ask the honor of a place in your Kingsguard. I will be one of your 7, pledge my life to yours, and keep you safe from all harm.
I mean, she could fight. She's badass. That just helps you.
Done.
You fought bravely today, Lady Brienne.
Fought for my king. Soon I'll fight for him on the battlefield. Die for him if I must.
Are you angry with me, brother?
You lying bitch.
Some Lannister
I
action.
thought you didn't recognize me.
Recognize you? How could I?
Your time with the wolves has made you weak.
You act as if I volunteered to go. You gave me away, if you remember. The day you bent the knee to Robert Baratheon.
I'm counting the days until the fighting's done, and I can pledge my love to the king in sight of the gods.
I mean, you know a liar when you see one, right, Cersei? Little dove. She's a little lion. Come on, Sansa. Hang in there. Look at yourself. You're Stark.
I plan to wed Princess Marcella to Robin Arryn of the Vale.
What are you doing?
Lysa is not fond of me.
Member of the Kingsguard. As if I wasn't humiliated enough already.
Brienne is a very capable warrior.
I should warn you. I had quite a bit of wine.
As is your right, you are a king.
He's like, hey, I don't want to do this.
You look very beautiful.
Thank you,
I'm not
Grace.
exactly interested.
Beauty most desired is the beauty concealed.
Beauty concealed. Nice try. What's the game plan here?
Must be the wine,
Here, let me.
I'm sorry.
Do you want my brother to come in and help?
Oh, she knows.
Marcella is my only daughter. Do you really think I'll let you
Oh.
sell her like a common whore?
Marcella's a princess.
That's who that is.
Some would say she was born for this.
I will not let you ship her off to Dawn as I was shipped off to Robert Baratheon.
You won't get away with this. You think the piece of paper Father gave you keeps you safe. Ned Stark had a piece of paper too.
Oh, fuck. Threats on threats.
It's done, Cersei.
No.
How safe do you think Marcella is if this city falls? Do you want to see her raped, butchered like the Targaryen children? Make no mistake. They'll mount her pretty little head on a spike right beside yours.
Get out! Get out!
I told Varys that I was giving the princess to the Greyjoys.
He told them all different plans so he could see who would rat him out.
To Rob and Aaron. I told no one that I was offering her to the Dornish.
Except you.
No one but you.
Wow, I would personally be most devastated by that.
Get up.
Out of sight, both of you.
No, I'm not afraid.
Keep out of sight. If things go wrong, you run.
Stop.
You hear me? You run along north and don't look back.
What an absolute warrior of a man. Killed like 4 guys with an arrow in his chest. Fuck, he said to run.
What do we have here?
You want Gendry? You already got him.
So smart.
Helmet.
Oh, and he's got the helmet over there. They told him that he had the helmet. And I believe when they got to them the first time, they mentioned we're looking for a guy again. I guess Gendry with the helmet. So she had that information, and now they'll just believe that he's dead. Now they're gonna bring them all back to Harrenhal. I don't know where that is. I heard Tyrion mention it. He offered it to Baelish, Littlefinger. Offered it to Littlefinger as a place that he'll rule and be the lord of. And even though that was part of his tricks, that whole plan he devised, which genius man, by the way. But then it came back around that he will have an actual chance to have Harrenhal, because he's got another. Wait, no, I don't. Was Harrenhal even part of the plan? I don't think he can do that. But the point is, one, I don't know where Harrenhal is. I don't know if I've heard of it before. But they're gonna bring Gendry. I assume they're still gonna bring Gendry in because they've got them all. So I assume they're gonna bring Gendry and Arya back with them to Harrenhal. Either that, or because they know that they think that Gendry is dead now. If they actually buy that, they'll just leave them to go to the Black. I don't know. Obviously, I'll find out in the next episode. But Tyrion's got a plan that involves sending Littlefinger over to Kate, and that somehow is gonna, get is gonna involve the release of Jaime. I don't know. Tyrion's got lots of shit up his sleeve, and I don't know. We didn't really get the details of that plan, so I'm sure we will get that coming up. But everything that all the work he's been doing to sort of fish out the people that he knows he cannot trust, and kind of again keep himself safe, because that's the one thing that he's managed to always stay true to, is find a way to keep himself safe. But I like everything he's doing. Anything that works against Cersei, I need to happen, because she's just terrible. I didn't realize that her daughter was Marcella, I think her name was. I guess that actually happened, right? Like, she actually is gonna get sent to wherever she gets sent to, and it seems that that'll actually keep her safe, according to Tyrion. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff. Once again, a lot that happened here. Greyjoy has sworn himself back to his family, his blood family anyway. Seemed like he actually considered remaining his loyalty with the Starks, but he changed his mind there, and then their god of the sea, the drowned god, I think they called it, or something, which is cool because, you know, the squid or the octopus. I think that's a squid. So that was really cool to see that. And then we have the deer or the stags or the whatever their thing is, but the Renly's whole situation, that I don't know enough about. I feel like there's more information that I have to learn about that, because apparently Renly's got some enemies, and he has no fucking idea. He's like way in over his head with that whole situation. Like Kate said it herself, like, you're just playing a game over here is what you're doing. And even the girl that he is with, his queen, who said the same thing, like, stop playing games. Like, I know, you know, I know what you're at. Like, I know that you don't like me. I'm not what you're looking for. It's, should we bring my brother in here? She's like, let's just get this done. You know, put this baby in me. Let's get this done. This is what needs to get done. This is how we protect ourselves. You know, it's just part of us protecting ourselves, I guess. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I once again introduced in this episode that leads to more happening. You know, such as the very specific plan to attack the North and pillage what they can and take over what they can, the Greyjoys, that is, while Robb is away and has all these people away, and everyone is just going to be defenseless. And then the Greyjoy, I don't have the names of any of the Greyjoys. I'm just going to call them all Greyjoy for now. I think Ethos or Ethan or Ethos, something like that, is the son. And I wonder, like, when it actually comes to it, like, say they get to the North and he's there, and although I think he said he was going to give him one ship and send him to the fishermen. I feel like maybe now that he's actually sworn in and took his vow and had the water poured over his head, maybe now he'll actually get to be a part of the actual, you know, the more serious non-fisherman stuff. And watch out for the net. That was funny by his sister. But I feel like now he'll have to confront the actual Winterfell and make obviously a serious choice there with you know, Bran over there. But yeah, okay, shit is happening. Lots of stuff is happening. Do we even get Khaleesi in this episode? I don't think so. And that's what the show is so good at. It feeds you in one area, and then you want more from that area, but then you go to the next and you're like, oh wait, no, but this Jon Snow storyline is actually keep me here and keep me going with what's happening here, because now Jon Snow realizes that or finds out that the commander actually knows about all of this, but it kind of is what it is. It kind of keeps the White Walkers at bay. You're gonna come across a White Walker and find out why that is so necessary. Man, just sacrificing babies to White Walker. That had to be a White Walker, right? The blue eyes. I remember that from the first episode. We're sacrificing these White Walkers to these babies. Sacrificing these babies to these White Walkers, which is sick, by the way. And I don't know if they're eating the baby. Like, nothing is gonna get with this show. Anything's on the table. Like, the sickest possible shit is on the table. I mean, I watched a brother finger his sister on a horse. Like, what the? And I thought it wouldn't get more wilder than the baby being killed and them making sure I heard the sound effect. Like, no, just so you know, we gotta make sure that you know that this actually just happened. What a fantastic show, and yeah, I'm just really excited to keep going.
Run it!
Barely enough food to feed our own.
We're not executing prisoners, Lord Bolton.
Of course, Your Grace. The officers will be useful.
The rot set in.
Oh, fuck.
No, don't!
Rot will spread. If we don't take the foot now...
No, you can't! Please, sir, I can't lose my...
She doesn't.
I don't want to be a cripple, please.
Surely one of our men needs your attention more than this cub.
Your men are not my men, my lord.
Does Robert have a crush on the foot slicing girl? He's stayed
What's your name?
pretty far away
Alyssa.
from woman up to this
Your last
day.
name? Where are you from?
Volantis.
Volantis? You're far from home. The boy was lucky you were here.
He was unlucky that you were.
Damn.
Leave her face.
Leave her face.
I like her pretty.
Oh.
Unburden her.
Unburden her. She's like she's a kid.
What is the meaning of this? Someone get the girl something to cover herself with. She's to be your queen. Have you no regard for her honor?
I'm punishing her.
For what crimes? She should not fight her brother's battle, you half-wit.
Can't talk to me like that.
Bronn, the next time Samoan speaks, kill him. That was a threat. See the difference?
I said, hard.
This kid's already got some issues, and
He'd want me to get his money's worth.
these issues are just furthermore being exploited.
Your Grace, too much pain will spoil a pleasure.
What are these medieval torture devices?
It seems to me that fate has given us this chance to...
Oh,
Your mind.
why would he?
Get out!
What is he? You are down bad, sir. That's what you're doing right now? Fate has given us this chance. Your husband has finally died. It's fate.
What do you want?
The Lannisters will trade your daughters for the Kingslayer.
Of course they will. Jaime Lannister for 2 girls. Robb will never agree to those terms.
I'm not bringing these terms to him.
Okay, talk about my biggest nightmare.
Where is the Brotherhood?
Fucking
I don't know. Please.
this.
Where is the Brotherhood?
I don't know.
No! I told you everything!
Joffrey. Cersei. Ill and Pain. The Hound.
Why is your stag on fire?
The king has taken for his sigil the fiery heart of the Lord of Light.
Ah. It must be this fire priestess we hear so much about.
Brother.
My name is
Daenerys
Daenerys.
Stormborn of the House Targaryen.
You know me, my lord?
Only by reputation, Khaleesi. Our decision is final.
Very well.
Who made that decision?
I will vouch for her, her people, and her dragons, in accordance with the law.
Wow, that's nice.
Are we so well manned that we can afford to discard able young bodies and skilled laborers?
Tywin didn't get this far for no reason. He knows a thing or two.
You have a trade?
I mean, he sent Tyrion as the hand, right?
Smith, my lord.
He knows what he's doing.
This one's a girl, you idiot.
Oh, fuck.
Dressed as a boy. Why?
Safer to travel, my lord.
Smart.
The Queen Regent has a great many responsibilities.
Yeah.
She often works from dusk till dawn.
She must be very glad to have you helping her. From dusk till dawn. Ah, lavender oil. She always loved lavender oil, even as a girl.
I am a knight.
Have you ever given any thought to what King Joffrey will have to say when he finds out you've been bedding his mother?
Oh, shit. Tyrion is working. He knows. Oh, man.
It's not my fault. I'll leave the city at once, I swear.
No, I think not.
No, he's going to use this.
My lord?
How are you
My
gonna...
father told you to obey my sister. Obey her. Stay close to her side. Keep her trust. I want to know what Cersei is doing.
Oh, he's got a
Where she
spy.
goes, who she sees, what they talk of, everything. And you will tell me.
But if your red woman told him to leap from the crow's nest, she has a name.
Fucking future mother of my child.
Trust you've not forgotten your smuggler's tricks.
A man is good or he is evil.
What are you?
Oh, good. I'm a knight myself, of sorts. A champion of light and life.
Well, that must be very nice for you.
Gods protect us.
There's
Okay.
only one God, Sir Davos. And he only protects those who serve him.
I think she was right. He will see beneath her robes. What? Am I watching this? What the I thought she was gonna have a regular baby. What the fuck just happened? Like, what kind of monster? Like, what is that? It's not a white. Is it a white? It's not a White Walker, right? It's something that I has not been introduced in the show. I feel like, and it like was really big there at the end in stature, and I'm sure it's got something to do with. I don't know what to make of any of that. All I know is that she's got something very powerful on her side. Watching, I was like, wait, no, there's nobody to like pull the baby out, right? Like somebody's got to pull the baby out. And then I thought I was gonna, because this show is wild with the stuff they show. I thought that a regular baby was gonna just slide out of her, uterus, and that's what they were gonna show us on this TV show, which shows a lot of wild shit. It sounds like Arya is going to be, I don't know what that official title is, what, cupbearer or whatever. Is that someone that just pours wine? I don't know. But it sounds like Arya is going to be right there along with Tywin. And Tywin doesn't know who Arya is. He was never around at any point. So that's incredibly fascinating to see what comes to be of all that with her just being directly there next to him. Khalees is at Quarth, which is a beautiful place. Sans the transition to their head on the pike. I don't know if it's pike or spike. I think it's interesting. But yeah, beautiful, gorgeous place. So does she just stay there, and does she make that her new home, and they get rest, and the dragons grow up there, and that's their new home, and then eventually she goes to, obviously she has vengeance on her mind, so I guess that would be her next goal, but she's got a lot of rest to do, and I would imagine that she does stay there until the dragons grow up. I don't know how long that takes though. I don't know what the dragons like, if it's like a 6 months and all of a sudden they're these huge dragons. I have no idea, so we'll see. Stannis was imploring Renly to take his side, to drop his banner, and and like he'll give him his old place at the council. Apparently, that's what they have, like a whole backstory, and I assume we'll get more of that. I don't know for sure, but it was interesting seeing that interaction between these two brothers, and to know what happened to their other brother. You would think that they would almost unite for their other brother, but none of these brothers are very close. Clearly, because Renly has no intention of uniting with his brother. He wants to take the throne for himself. So, 4 kings vying for the throne was a quote in this episode. I don't remember if it was Baelish saying it. I think it was. Or either way, it really puts it's Game of Thrones. One, it puts the show's name into perspective, and it puts what's going on overall into perspective, despite so much more going on than just that. Arya kept saying things. She kept saying Joffrey, Circe, Ilyn Payne, who I don't know who that is, and the Hound. And then after she did it a couple more times, I was thinking, oh, were those all the people that were ultimately responsible for her father's death? And because I don't remember if the Hound was the one that chopped his head off, or if it was this Ilyn Payne, who's, I don't recognize the name. But she kept saying those names. But then she was saying another couple names. She was saying the name of like the guy that was there killing people in this place. Oh, and let's not forget how this episode started off. This girl named Talisa, who's very rational, very, who she reminds me of a little bit. She reminds, that's kind of weird when you say it that way. She reminds me of Rob's mom a little bit. Kate, just a little bit. Not to make this like a fucked up Lannister situation. She seems very nice. She seems very empathetic, very like, you know, she was telling Robb like, hey, that guy was forced into this battle and now he's lost a foot because of you, and you know, well, do you feel good about all this and whatnot. Everything she's saying is very logical, and obviously Robb has, you know, he's fighting for a lot right now. He's got a lot on his plate, but I think that she got through to him a little bit, and I know he likes her because there was that, I mean, he just kept staring at her as she was going away, but she's not interested currently. We'll see what comes to be. Robb has particularly seemed or not portrayed himself, but definitely been uninterested in the opposite sex throughout all of this. He's just very like focused on everything going on currently, and he's had a lot ever since like this show started. Robb's had a lot going on, a lot. Like Ned left the first episode, right, and left Robb in charge essentially. It's just been like, and he's cut from Ned's cloth. All these Starks are just like cut from a different cloth. Like they are just, but they're also different as well. Like I love Jon and Robb's characters. I probably love Jon. I might love him a little more. But what I love is that they both have like pieces of Ned, but they're also both very different. And I really enjoy that. Obviously, you guys know how much I love Arya. Bran, in his own way, he's still a kid finding himself. Sansa, what a just messed up situation she's in. And Tyrion's pulling the puppet strings here and there. I'm ready for the next episode, guys.
Together, we could end this war in a fortnight.
Oh shit! That's the. Oh, wait, so that thing can just do that like that? That's that easily? She's a beast, but we know this already. You couldn't protect him from whatever that was?
They'll hang you for this. Can't avenge him if you're dead.
Smart woman. Listen to what she says. Smartest woman in this whole show.
Stannis Baratheon is coming for us. Sooner rather than later.
Aren't there other things you should be doing, like sealing my daughter in a crate so you can ship her away?
She'll be safer in Dawn.
Yes, I know how concerned you are for her safety.
So happens that I am.
Aren't you always so clever with your schemes and your plots?
Schemes and plots are the same thing. They are going to attack us. We need to be ready. King is a lost cause. It's the rest of us I'm worried about now.
Dancing king prancing down his blood-stained halls to the tune of a twisted demon.
I'm your commander. Welcome. Stop. Stop! Your captain commands you to stop!
Stop! We yield!
Oh, shit. Things aren't as sweet for you as you thought they might be.
Thank you. Kind of you to come see me off. As soon as Winterfell got word that we'd taken Torrens Square, the Starks would send their men to take it back.
And then
what? And then what? Don't say it.
Girl, where are you from?
Oh, God, you can
Maidenpool, my lord.
Get your story straight.
And who are the lords of Maidenpool? Remind me.
House Mooton, my lord.
What do they say of Robb Stark in the north?
Okay, no, she's safe.
They call him the Young Wolf.
And?
They say he rides into battle on the back of a giant direwolf. Anyone can be killed.
I like that. Oh, I like the close-up pan on her face. It's like, I'm gonna kill you.
Fetch that water.
Oh, that was haunting the way that was directed. I like that.
A man pays his debts. A man owes 3.
3 what?
And only death may pay for life.
You
stole 3 deaths from the Red Guard.
In the cart. Oh, fire.
We have to give them back.
Put in the tippler.
That is enough. Go now, girl. Your master's thirsty.
Why is he talking like that?
One blast is for Rangers returning. Wildlings is 2 blasts. And 3 for White Walkers. That's the only time they blow the horn 3 times.
He knows this stuff, he reads.
It's been 1,000 years, how do you know?
Well, I read it in a book.
Yeah, there it is.
Piss on wildfire and your cock burns off.
Oh, no, I have not conducted this experiment. It could well be true. The substance burns so hot, it melts wood, stone, even steel.
Things can get a bit messy, because when we're flinging things at Stannis, he's flinging them right back at us. Men die, men shit themselves, men run, which means pots falling, which means fire inside the walls,
Ooh, smart.
which means the poor cons trying to defend the city end up burning it down.
You won't be making wildfire for my sister any longer. You'll be making it for me.
What are you gonna do with it? Whatever you do with it, I'm sure will be smarter than whatever her plan was, but I'm curious though. This place is like heaven on earth. What is this place?
Mother of Dragons. On behalf of the Warlocks of Karth, I welcome you. A demonstration. Should you grow tired of Saro's baubles and trinkets, it would be an honor to host you at the House of the Undying. You are always welcome, Mother of Dragons.
She needs true protectors, now more than ever. They shall come day and night to see the wonder born into the world again.
Then I am yours, my lady. I will shield your back and give my life for yours if it comes to that. I swear it by the old gods and the new.
She's so intense.
What did you see in your dream? Something bad?
I dreamt that the sea came to Winterfell. I saw waves crashing against the gates.
You want to conquer the 7 kingdoms for the Dothraki?
I want them because they're mine by right. The Iron Throne is mine, and I will take it.
A conqueror. The door in the vault is made of Valyrian stone. The hardest steel does not make a mark. I offer the greatest locksmith in Karth their weight in gold if they could break into it. Is this key?
And behind the door? And it can all be mine.
More than enough to buy horses, ships, armies. Enough to go home. The time is right, Daenerys Targaryen, first of your name. Robert Baratheon is dead.
Is she just finding that out?
You may cover it up and deny it, but you have a gentle heart.
That's true.
There are times when I look at you and I still can't believe you're real.
That was that and I love you if there ever was one? Or I'm in love with you? And is she short of breath because she feels the same?
Find your own ship. You only need one. The allies we need are in Westeros, not Karth. I'll find it for you. Sound ship with a good captain.
I look forward to meeting him.
Khaleesi.
Oh, that's him, that's it. That's the tickler. You get 2 more. She likes that. She's like, he deserved that. There's 1 redeemed, so they need 2 more. They're coming together. They were about to come together. Robb's army and Renly's army. I'm going to call them armies, but you know what I mean. And then, boom, second later, Venom comes in, kills Renly, and now that army goes with Stannis. So I guess either way, there would have been one huge gather, like one huge army. But this, it just happens to be on Stannis' side as opposed to Robb's side. Either way, one huge army going to attack King's Landing. That whole Greyjoy situation, I'm worried about that severely because he had like this fate, like they changed their plan at the last second, and to improve yourself and improve myself by going to attack this actual village. Now I forgot the name of the village, but it's the one that Bran sent 200 people to go protect. But now will Winterfell be vulnerable? And I think that was the original plan by Greyjoy, for Winterfell to be vulnerable and for him to go attack Winterfell as well, which is, I don't even know. like that. I'm gonna hate to see that if that happens. That whole conversation with Jorah, who I felt has had some feelings for her from the beginning. It's been, the brother implied that early on in the show, and they haven't played up to that really at all. But that one guy's like, yeah, I know, man, and I mean, I guess maybe that was supposed to be like the confirmation that he's got feelings for Khaleesi, and then you just see what he said. Everything he said is so true, by the way. She's so, you'll fear her because she does like stand up when it is necessary to stand up and says what needs to be said. But she's also so, everything he said is accurate. Like she's understanding, she's kind, she's got a beautiful heart, and all those things that he mentioned, that they'll go decades or whatever he had said, like you'll go years and years and centuries without seeing someone in charge like that. So when I see you, I see like this once in a lifetime opportunity for someone to be in charge like that. And every single happening in every location, in every little group of storyline, they're all connected. Literally every single one is connected somehow, some way. Which, by the way, I can't even imagine writing this show. Like, I can't imagine the lines that, you know, that like that meme from, I don't know, watch the show, but it's like from the guy, it might be Always Sunny in Philadelphia, I'm not sure, but he's like trying to connect everything and figure it out, and there's like 100 lines drawing from each other, like all these different pictures and places, and they're all connected. And I feel like that's how they wrote this show. Like, it must have just been a disaster of notes, and you have to like have your notes on old episodes and make sure things stay coherent and connected. And just what a impressive job of writing this more than anything. Oh, we're getting right into it. Oh, and he said that this guy was, I know Brandon said the one guy was gonna die in his vision.
I've taken your castle.
Oh, he came straight here?
Theon.
It's Prince Theon now. Get up. You have to get dressed. I've taken Winterfell.
Why?
To take the castle.
Why?
You went with Rob.
And he sent me back to Pike. I'm a Greyjoy. I can't fight for Rob and my father both.
I won't. I'll never yield. We'll fight you and throw you out.
Oh shit. Go ahead, Bran. You're a true Stark, true son of Ned right there.
Think carefully about what you want to say.
I say the Starks. If you think you can hold the North with it...
You served me as loyally as you served Ned Stark.
Lord Stark raised you among his own sons.
Among them, but not one of them. I was his hostage. Taken from a home.
If he were alive to see this.
Take him to the cells. Lock him up.
Prince! You cannot let that stand. He must pay.
Greyjoy doesn't have that in
Lock him in a cell until he rots right.
He has to pay the iron price.
I don't think Theon has that in him.
He who passes the sentence should swing the sword.
Begging you.
Coward.
Stop! Stop right now!
God's help you, Theon Greyjoy. Now you are truly lost.
Theo, please don't. Do something. I'll do anything, please. No, please stop it!
So many beheadings in this show. This is beautiful.
Maybe you should devise our next battle plan while you're about it.
Yeah, please let her figure out the inside betrayal against you guys.
Lord Peter Baelish.
Give us the room.
Oh, just, I don't remember how much interaction they even had.
Rather a short reign.
She was busy dancing.
So they say. There has been talk of agreements.
Tyrell host has returned to High Garden.
They have.
Don't, you have one thing to do right now.
Wine.
You would ride there yourself?
Why is he so interested in her?
A girl. A wildling. It's to be done. You want me to do it? No. No, I'll do it.
They're gonna walk.
Don't take too long. We're deep in their country now.
Why wouldn't? He's not gonna do it if you all leave him.
Strike hard and true, Jon Snow. Or I'll come back and haunt you. Bastard! Do it!
No. Okay. Yeah. I was 90% sure he wasn't gonna do it. Oh. Okay, Jon.
Go hail the king! Please, your grace, we're hungry!
Kill them! Kill them all!
Kill them all.
We've had vicious kings, and we've had idiot kings, but I don't know if we've ever been cursed with a vicious idiot.
You can't!
They're starving, you fool!
You're talking to a king!
And now I've struck a king. Did my hand fall from my wrist?
Tyrion is the only voice of reason in this whole goddamn kingdom.
You ever been fucked, little girl?
Please don't. Come on. Thank God.
Now, little bird, you're all right.
That would have been too much. Oh my God.
He loved us. He was a good man.
Oh, you are sneaky. Man. I still don't know what to make of Tywin.
I'm cold.
I'll fetch more wood for the fire, my lord.
Where are you going, girl?
The armory, my lord.
Why?
Lord Tywin sent me.
Let's go and ask him.
Oh my God, Arya.
Amory Lodge.
A girl has named a second name.
You gotta do it right now.
God!
She kind of wasted a whole. I guess she didn't waste it. She needed it to be. She needed it to happen, and that worked. Good that he happened to be right there. Damn, Rob. As they'd say in medieval times, he got C-blocked.
You are promised to another.
Oh, that's right. That deal with.
That must be.
I forgot all about that. That's funny. The two brothers, Rob wants Talisa, and
Paul could kill us both.
isn't with her
Light
now.
a fire, then.
No fire.
And he's
But
stuck with a
fire
girl he
is-
does not want to
fire.
be stuck with right now. This is not ideal. Is she doing what I think she's doing?
I'm just trying to get comfortable.
Stop it.
She's doing the move. She's trying to trick him is what she's doing.
moving.
She's trying to get
Why?
herself untied.
No, I didn't notice that time.
She's trying to get him going, and then she's gonna hit him upside the head and run away. Oh, this fool. That's because you are no Jon Snow. Jon Snow had the same proposal where he was about to get tricked,
And where are you going?
and he didn't fall for it. Oh, fuck.
I have something for you from Prince Theon.
Everyone is such a sucker. Where are they gonna...
Where are my dragons?
Who is that? Who is that? And what is that tower? Who is that with the dragons? And what is that tower they're going to? I cannot tell who that is. But where was Jorah? He is against her seeking all this help from all these other people. So maybe he's doing this as a play. I don't know why he would, but he's my only guess as to that. Okay, Jon is stuck with the girl. Actually, I think I did get her name. Ygritte, something like that. He's stuck with her. I don't know. It's about to be dark, and I think that's bad news for them. And we're gonna see what happens with that. I have no idea. Arya saved her own ass with getting the guy to get her second kill request. That was so fast. It happened so fast, and like I said, go get the guy, but I didn't truly think that would happen like that. It worked out. I was worried that she'd have to go on the run again, which is what she's constantly been doing since the moment, with her father. Since the moment she left the Bob Ross guy that was training her to fight, who I still am assumed to have died. Like, I didn't see him die. And he's a beast. But then again, all he had was a wooden sword. So I don't know if he made it out of that. Who knows? I enjoyed his character though, so I guess I'm like hoping that he pops up at some point, but not an easy situation with a wooden sword. Talisa, got my eyes on Talisa, obviously. The situate, it looks like, I don't know, I don't have her name, but the girl who slept with Theon there, and then got Bran and everyone out, and the two wolves and everyone. I guess they're just leaving. They're just gonna go on the run now towards, I guess they would try to find Robb, which maybe isn't the best timing, because Robb is sending people over to go to this bastard son and apparently this army to go take back over Winterfell. Although Theon did send out a crow for 500 people to be sent to Winterfell. But then again, his father doesn't take him seriously, so I don't know if that's going to be responded to or not. I guess. Oh, and Tyrion. Oh, for me, the Tyrion, everything with Tyrion. Man, Tyrion is my favorite character in this show currently, and I just love like everything I got from him in the first 15 or so minutes of this episode, where everything was just going nuts. Like the king gets hit in the face with whatever he got hit with, a pie apparently, and he just starts. He's such a oh god, Joffrey. We know Joffrey is the worst, and Tyrion just giving it to him like it is. And that's what Tyrion does. Tyrion's done that since he got there. He hasn't held back with Joffrey at all. That just called for the most aggressive form of like, what the fuck is wrong with you, Joffrey, and he's seeing Joffrey grow up, so he feels the place and ability to be able to do that and call it like he sees it, which is what he always does anyway. I love Tyrion's character, and I really enjoyed his performance there as well. I really enjoy the actor that plays Tyrion. He's just so good in the role. Peter Dinklage, right, if I'm not mistaken. Fantastic. Like, you just get lost in all these actors are actually really good, and I've said that before, but yeah, he was tremendous in this episode particularly. I love, and he's you saw how quick he was, where he was like, protect the prince, they get the kid out of there, and then he's like trying to get Sansa protected, and he knows what to do with immediacy. He knows what the right thing to do constantly is, and Joffrey's just a disaster. And blood is too important in this show, because like, your rightful king is right. Like, Tyrion would do a significantly better job, obviously, than Joffrey. That goes without saying. But I mean, then like pretty much anyone I can think of, honestly. Like, Caitlyn, Tyrion. I think Khaleesi would be pretty great. Well, obviously Robb. Although it does feel like Robb needs a little bit more. All this experience that Robb is gaining now with leading this army towards King's Landing feels like it's really necessary for him. Like, this is all very necessary experience, because I probably would have said in the very, very beginning, like, oh, maybe Robb doesn't have enough, maybe his feet aren't wet enough to sit on the Iron Throne. But at this point, I would, obviously Robb over Joffrey is a no-brainer, but I think even like Robb as a candidate could be up there with those four.
Let a cripple escape. The boy can't walk, but somehow he slipped past you.
The giant must have took him.
You're a boy who's never been with a girl. Don't your stones start to hurt if you're born forgetful?
Don't call them that.
What, stones? I might be your prisoner, but I'm a free woman.
If you're my prisoner, you're not a free woman. That's what prisoner means.
And you think you're free? You swore some stupid oath, and now you can never touch a girl.
It was my choice to say the words.
They're not your lands. We've been here the whole time. You lot came along and just put up a big wall and said it was yours.
My father was Ned Stark. I have the blood of the first men. My ancestors lived here, same as yours.
Sounds like if they all just got together and established some stuff, they could figure this all out.
Eat.
He's growing a liking for her.
Eat in the kitchen later.
It's bad manners to refuse a lord's offer. My legacy will be determined in the coming months.
She looking at that neck.
You know what legacy means?
You can't reach that.
It's what you pass down to your children.
Senya Targaryen was a great warrior. She had a Valyrian steel sword she called Dark Sister.
That's because she wants to be one of these great warriors. Of course she's going to research
It's a
this.
heroine of yours, I take it.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
You're too smart for your own good.
Oh my God.
Someone told you that.
Yes.
Go on.
Arya.
I cannot let this thing happen to you under my roof.
But it did happen under your roof.
Khaleesi, many times in my life, I have
I don't care where you've been.
He's a man of speeches, isn't he?
You serve Mance Rayder, the king beyond the wall.
We chose Mance Rayder to lead us. He was a crow, same as you. But he wanted to be free. You're a pretty lad. Girls would claw each other's eyes out to get naked with you. I could teach you how to do it.
I know how to do it.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
I need silk for stitching. I need fennel root for those with fever, willow bark. I'm sorry, I shouldn't interrupt you.
Continue, my lady.
Just fall in love already.
Oh, it's your doll.
Oh, come on.
Should have took me while you had the chance.
It's actually quite simple. Well, let me help you. You'll only have to do one thing. You'll have to die.
Where are the dragons?
Will you betray her again, Jorah the Undel? The thief you seek is with her now.
Of dragons will be with her babies. She will give them her love, and they will thrive by her side. Forever. Where will you run to, Daenerys Stormborn? The dragons wait for you in the House of the Undying.
Lady Stark, this monster killed my son.
And crippled mine. He will answer for his crimes, I promise you. But not here.
I will have his head. And if you try and stop me...
You will strike me down.
I will have his head.
Thank you for fighting on my behalf, Lady Stark.
Shut up.
I would have come to your defense, but...
Take him to the stock.
I've never been with any woman but Cersei. So in my own way, I have more honor than poor old dead Ned.
Oh, wow.
What was the name of that bastard he fathered?
Wow.
Brienne?
Now, you hated that boy, didn't you? How could you not hate him?
What's his goal?
Talking reminder that the Honorable Lord Eddard Stark fucked another woman.
To get himself killed?
I told you what would happen.
Did he kill, like, My question with that is that's not Rickon and Bran. So did he? Because when they found like they looked like they found walnut shells or casings, or I don't know. I didn't know what to make of any of that. If he knows they're out there alive and they turn back up, then everyone's gonna know he faked this whole thing. But did he kill actual kids in place of Rickon and Bran? I guess he would have to, right? Like those are two. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I guess like I am in denial because I don't want him to have killed two actual kids. I'm thinking here in the year 2022 and the access to arts and crafts that we have here, and our ability to create that out of paper mache, we could make two kid-looking bodies and paint them all black and make them all look like potentially burnt bodies. But that's not, as you can see here, they kill goats or whatever that the animal with the horns was, whether a goat or a ram or whatever it was, and they use that as paint. So he definitely killed two kids and burned them just as a show, like just so that he could trick everyone into thinking he killed Bran and Rickon. That is like some sick, desperate shit. It's not even, oh my gosh, it's so bad. Then if Bran, I don't even know where Bran and Rickon and Hodor and that girl's name, it's written down in here somewhere. And that girl, the four of them, I don't even know where they're going right now. They were going to stop at that village, but they chose not to because they didn't want to risk the people's lives there. I don't even know where they're going. Robb hear about the burning of his two brothers alive. If he hears about that, he almost turned around just based on Theon taking over Winterfell. Now, if he hears about his brothers being burned alive, there's nothing's going to stop him from going back to Winterfell. Nothing. And then you have his whole, the whole situation with he's mid-war right now. So that's a whole mess waiting to happen. Jon Snow, kind of fucked. I don't know what's gonna. I'm assuming he's gonna end up getting taken to Mance Rayder. I assume that this is where we meet Mance Rayder finally, via Jon Snow being taken there. That's what I'm assuming. We'll see. I have a feeling I'm gonna like Mance Rayder. I could be in for being tricked on that though, because I'm constantly being introduced to more characters I can't stand. Right? Like there was enough already, and now you just throw Theon Greyjoy into the mix. Now I just have another person I just absolutely can't stand on this show. But then on the other hand, I have all these characters that I just adore, such as all the Starks and Tyrion, which is crazy because like he's a Lannister and I hate all the other Lannisters. It's crazy how the show gets you to like people in positions you're probably like not supposed to like them, I guess, when you just think about their names. Tywin, I might like Tywin. I don't know. I mean, when he seemed like he was a terrible father to Tyrion, so from that standpoint, I obviously hate that. I'm enjoying his interactions with Arya a lot, and I kind of can't imagine him hurting Arya if he were to find out she was a Stark. I feel like I might just see him being impressed by that. I don't know. We'll see. But then again, he can't. They have Jaime, and Arya is basically gold when it comes to like a potential trade for Jaime. So there's so much going on. It's so crazy. I was thinking about the first episode and how you had Robb and Ned and Robert Baratheon and Ned, and everything you thought the show was going to be. And then here we are a season later and only a few episodes later, and it's like none of that. Like both of those guys are dead, and we're just like in this whole mess of things, and it's just crazy where we've gone with everything. Stannis is coming. He's got 200 ships. Tyrion needs to. Cersei also understands, but they both need to get Joffrey to at least pretend to be a good king, because I mean you gotta get these people fed first and foremost, but Joffrey's obviously not fit to be king, so they know that they can't, like, fighting a war is going to be difficult when everyone inside of your own walls wants your own leader dead. So that's already just a bad position to be in to begin with. It's interesting though in this episode how they like, it's almost like you're attempted to be somewhat to feel somewhat empathetic for both Cersei and Jaime. Like Jaime's telling the whole story about being a squire and doing things he actually loved, and you know, feeling like he was in prison just for being pulled off the battlefield. And then but then he killed the kid, and then he killed the guard, and it's like, oh, this guy was just saying stuff. But then even what he's saying to Kate at the end there, he's saying some stuff there about honor and about how, like, what really is honor, serving a king who kills the innocent and all this, and none of us are really innocent in anything. And your own husband, you know, himself, was he really a man of honor? He cheated on you. He's kind of making valid points, but then at the end of the day, he's like super master manipulator though. But it's like, damn, should I really feel for Jaime a little bit here, where it's like, damn, everyone really is fucked up ultimately. And then Cersei, the conversation with her and Tyrion, it's like, man, now am I supposed to feel bad for her? And Tyrion certainly kind of does, even though he can't even look at her, because I mean, I wouldn't be able to look at her if she was saying all this, but she is family to him. So just the show just does such a goddamn good job at everything.
I saw the bodies above your gates. Which one gave you the tougher fight, the cripple or the 6-year-old? Don't die so far from the sea.
We're even now, Jon Snow.
It's all for conscience.
When you didn't come back, we weren't looking for you. We found your tracks fast enough. But they found us before we found you. They died because of me. See that it wasn't for nothing.
You think I'm fighting this war so they'll sing songs about me? I want to go home. We'll never be safe until the Lannisters are defeated. And because I believe in justice.
Chopping off Joffrey's head, you mean?
That would be a start. Tell me this isn't true.
She let him go.
Why?
For the girls.
You betrayed me.
Rob.
No!
You commit treason because your children are prisoners.
You've weakened our position. You brought discord into our camp. And you did it all behind my back.
I can't believe she did that.
Make sure she's guarded day and night.
Rob.
Oh, she sends him with her.
There are 3 men in the kingdoms who might have a chance against me. You're not one of them.
All my life, men like you've sneered at me.
The one battle I saw her in, I might disagree with that.
Men like you into the dust.
Yeah. So she's just gonna walk him up to King's Landing and expect to make a trade for the 2 daughters. Like, wouldn't they just kill her at the wall and take Jaime back?
Must be Dragonglass.
Dragonglass?
What's the name? Don't whisper it.
Jack and Hagar. I'll unname you.
It's his name.
Thank you. If you help me and my friends escape.
You don't buy them. You only rent them.
You're usually a better liar, baby brother.
Yeah, he's trying.
This one you like. Could it be love? Don't worry, she'll be treated gently enough.
Promise, I will free you.
Don't forget me.
Never.
This is the worst acting I've ever seen. She's not gonna buy that. What just happened?
A day will come when you think you're safe and happy, and your joy will turn to ashes in your mouth. And you will know the debt is paid.
Get out.
Shay!
We have to be more careful.
Don't be afraid.
I can take care of myself.
I would kill for you. Do you know that? I expect I'll have to before this is over.
I'm sorry, Your Grace. You told me of your problems and I blathered on.
I want to marry the Frey girl.
Yeah!
I don't want you to marry her.
Oh my god.
I hope it's a very beautiful bridge.
Do it already. Thank you. I didn't know they were going to do all this. I thought they were just going to kiss. I don't think he's ever been with anyone, right? Like him and John both. If I'm not mistaken. That really...
Cherries is all crushed up.
Wow, I get to be happy on this show for the first time since it started. Oh, wow. Who is that guy?
They say Stannis never smiles. I'll give him a red smile. From ear to ear.
Imagine Stannis' terror.
I am trying. And you're quite good at being hand, you know. Jon Arryn and Ned Stark were good men. Honorable men. You enjoy the game.
I do. Last thing I expected.
And you play it well.
I was just gonna say. I
keep playing it.
Just gonna say that.
The Lord of Light wants his enemies burnt. The Drowned God wants them drowned. Why are all the gods such vicious cunts? Where's the god of tits and wine?
Who was that out there? Hung up at the gates?
Must have been the farmer's boys.
Oh.
Killed them. Burned them.
Bran would blame himself.
Oh my gosh, is he listening to
Never
this?
hear it from me.
There is a lot to take in from here. I'm going to start with what it feels like the highlight for me personally, and that's Robb and Talisa. And it's like a love story. I didn't get a real love story. Not that I should not be unfair, because the Tyrion and Shay story is a love story. 100%. It's just that I guess there's so much that Tyrion's dealing with that is, and so is Robb. Robb is also dealing with it. Yeah, that is a love story. I guess I'm just like more invested in Robb and Talisa, and part of it is because of Ned. Like, I lost Ned. Ned was my favorite. I loved Ned with that was my guy on this show. Lost him. And so I just have a different feeling for, like, a different level of just, I just feel like I'm watching Robb as like a proud brother of, like, I'm Ned's brother, and I'm looking down at Robb, but I'm just like, I'm so proud of you for, you know, doing what you can right now. It's like he said to Talisa in that conversation. He's like, I was raised to be Lord of Winterfell. I wasn't raised as a prince who was prepared to be a king and do all this. Like, this is all I'm learning right now. This is all quite difficult for me. And I guess Tyrion's also, but it's different for Tyrion because he grew up very differently, and he's like a born survivor. Well, based on what he's been through. It's all so interesting, all of it, constantly. You have the conversation there with Stannis making that guy, I forgot that guy's name, the fisherman guy, is gonna make him his his hand of the king should he defeat everyone in King's Landing. We'll see about that, because Joffrey's a disaster. He's like, they're gonna be there any day, which could be in any moment, and meanwhile Joffrey's hung up on, oh hey, Winterfell is weak, we should go attack them. It's like, where is your focus right now? He thinks he's just gonna paint a red smile on Stannis. Like, okay, all right, Joffrey, you have no idea what you're in for, what's about to happen to you. Jon is about to meet Mance Rayder. There's a lot. Mance Rayder. 2 episodes left. I cannot wait to watch these last 2, because I feel like there's so much happening it feels like even a lot more than the way last season sort of ended, and there was a lot happening there. Except it's nice because I feel a little bit more like last season. There were, my confusion was definitely higher, trying to keep up with everything, and you know, and it feels definitely, the confusion is definitely more diminished this time around. I can't get my mind off of Talisa and Rob, to be honest, guys. Man, I'm obsessed with the two of them, and just they're like made for each other. And I love that we got to learn about her whole come up. I love that we got to learn that story about her brother. That really touched me. The girl that Cersei thinks Tyrion's in love with, she has the wrong girl. Still, Tyrion doesn't want that girl to get hurt. Tyrion doesn't want anyone to get hurt that doesn't have to get hurt. It's what we love about him. It's one of the many things we love about him. Did he put, because she said she found like a Lannister jewelry on her, did he put jewelry on her to trick Cersei? Because it's something Tyrion, I wouldn't put it past him. He's just that smart. He thinks that far ahead. Like that conversation he was having there, conversation he was having with the guy at the end. He's like, yeah, I didn't think I'd enjoy playing the game so much, or that I'd be as good at playing the game as I am, or enjoy whatever he had said. It feels like that's part of the playing of the game. It's him putting the jewelry on. There's a lot. He's playing a lot of games right now just to be able to try, and part of it's his survival, but to see the survival of, I mean, his home, really. They know about her dragons, but they're not, they said that it would be like a long time before the dragons grow up. I don't know if like where they're keeping the dragons, because they want her to like get to that tower where the dragons are in, and I feel like she would just be like imprisoned in that tower and forced to raise them, and maybe they'd grow up faster. I don't really know. It's funny because The Walking Dead got to a point where there were so many different locations, and it started suffering. Like, it started getting worse, weird to follow, not enjoyable. It just goes to show it's hard to have all these different locations and storylines and all these locations that all combine somehow.
They will be glad to see us head on a spike.
Well, first we have to put it there.
Agree with that.
The dark arts have provided Lord Stannis with his armies and paved his path to our door. I believe you are the only man who can stop him.
Just because I pay you for your services doesn't diminish our friendship.
Enhances it, really.
Oh, enhances. Fancy word for a sellsword.
Been spending time with fancy folks.
I like Bronn. I like Hound, too.
You should see him off with a kiss. My new blade. Heart Eater, I've named it.
Tell me he dies in this battle. I'm so over him.
They say my brother Rob always goes where the fighting is thickest.
Yeah.
And he's only a pretender.
Your brother's turn will come.
I hope Sansa's the one that kills him. Forget about him dying in this battle.
What Varys knows what you had for breakfast 3 days ago. There are no surprises.
That's right. He's got, like, eyes everywhere. It's interesting, because Stannis is not going to be fooled by any of this, which makes Tyrion's, like, the Mudgate he was talking about. I would think that Stannis would be aware.
There's only one ship. Where are the rest of them?
Oh my god. Oh, fireworks? That's awesome.
Any man dies with a clean sword, I'll rape his fucking corpse!
Because he's so aggressive. I would not want to come face to face with the Hound out here.
Imp has set the river afire. Hundreds of ships are burning, maybe more. Stannis' fleet destroyed. His troops have landed outside the city walls.
Where is Joffrey?
Can I get you some iced milk? And a nice bowl of raspberries, too?
Eat shit, dwarf. I lost half my men. The Blackwater's on fire.
Talk.
Fuck the King's Guard.
Oh shit.
Fuck the king.
Thank you. What are you gonna say, Joffrey? You got nothing to say to that guy.
What did my mother say exactly? Did she have urgent business with me?
Oh,
You did
God.
not say, Your Grace.
This is a disaster. This is a disaster. This is a disaster. You're mid-battle. That's your king right there. Not him. Him right there. That's your king.
I'll lead the attack.
They say I'm half a man. But what does that make the lot of you? Come out behind them and fuck them in their asses! If he gets in, it will be your houses he burns. Your gold he steals. Your women he will rape.
Give a faster speech.
What are you doing here?
Not here for long. I'm going
Where?
someplace that isn't burning.
Come on, you bastard! Get on those ladders!
Oh, shh. Oh, they got around.
Attack!
Okay, this is...
Rolling over!
Tyrion is really out here. This is not like his last battle where he took a nap. Holy fuck. Oh shit. It's just a slice. It didn't pierce.
Oh, my sweet.
It's just one big...
Still fighting. I will keep you safe.
What is...
I know.
Why?
I promise you.
Is she gonna kill him? Oh shit!
We have won.
That's that big ass army that came. There was this lion flag running through on a horse. Looks like the rest of Stannis' guys retreated. What was she gonna do? Was that like a put her son out of his misery? Either a put him out of his misery type of thing, because that probably was what it was, because she knows that if Stannis got through, they were gonna kill her son, and she didn't want to like see him die that way. So she was just giving him comfort in his last moments and have him have like more of a peaceful death, as opposed to like the fucking 20 deaths I saw here where someone's head was either completely mutilated or sliced clean in half, or just a lot in this episode. But this is like the biggest battle episode we've had so far, so it's to be expected, I suppose. What an episode. And it almost, I can't even believe that there's another one left. It feels like a finale. It feels like all the epicness of it, and then the end there we find out Tywin ends up coming through. By the way, if he came through, I gotta find out what Arya's up to. There's so many other situations happening, and we stayed an entire episode on the one situation, so it just leaves me wondering what the hell is going on everywhere else. With Winterfell and with Arya and her little group of people she's got to try, and she was supposed to thwart Tywin, wasn't that what she was supposed to do? And Shay said I need to go say goodbye to one more person. I assume that's Tyrion, but did he die? I don't think he died. That was a big slice, yeah, but like it wasn't the type of slice. It looked like more of like a concussion type situation, or he's just like, you know, fainted because of the overwhelming nature of what just happened to him. Like that happens to you probably think in the moment like, oh, I just died, and maybe you don't know what death feels like, so you're probably thinking like, oh, this is it, this is death, and like a big old slice in your head in the middle of a battle like that. Yeah, but there's no way he died because it wasn't that deep, although it was a hell of a slice, like straight through. Tyrion, in the moment of him turning around and you know, leading the people into battle, Lord Tywin's gonna find out about that. He's gonna find out how Joffrey just left and Tyrion stayed behind and led the people through a battle. Like whoever survives, gonna be able to tell him that story, or he'll hear it through the grapevine or whatever. And that's Tyrion. Where's the slice? He must have woken up like, I cannot believe I'm alive.
The murderer and traitor Stannis Baratheon suffered a stunning defeat at the hands of your father. You are no longer a hand of the king.
The only reason they were even in it was because of him. That's what they just did to Tyrion, I guess.
Do hereby proclaim my grandfather, Tywin Lannister, the savior of the city and the hand of the king.
He doesn't have much to say because there's no way he sees this in front of him and
Lord
believes
Peter Berish, step forward.
in any of it.
You will be my queen. and I will love you from this day until my last day.
She looks like 8 years older than him, by the way.
Just like your mother did at your age. I can see so much of her in you.
This is gross now. Stop.
She was like a sister to me.
Yeah, okay.
He's not the Kingslayer. Sorry to disappoint you. If he was, I'd only be traveling his head.
3.
Ooh. Yeah. She's so badass.
2 quick deaths.
And one. Oh. I guess that's her way to avenge the girls.
I love her.
I know that seems important to you.
It is important to me.
Love didn't just happen to us.
I'm glad to see them talking.
We built it slowly over the years.
You're arguing just to argue, because you arranged it.
And you agreed to it. Treat your oaths recklessly, and your people will do the same.
And the only parent I have left has no right to call anyone reckless.
Yeah, you're on bad grounds for any kind of argument with him. Any kind of reasoning.
Where's your God now?
I don't want to see that thing.
Where's your God?
Inside you.
You will be king.
Look into the fire, my king. Look.
500 Northmen wait outside the walls. You have 20 men. You can't win. Wait for nightfall and run. Join the Night's Watch.
Oh, shit.
Once a man has taken the Black, he's beyond reach of the law. You'll have opportunities there.
The opportunity for Jon Snow to cut my throat in my sleep.
Yeah.
The opportunity to make amends for what you've done.
He's a little busy right now, but eventually, yeah.
We die today, brothers. We die bleeding from 100 wounds, with arrows in our necks and spears in our guts. Ironborn warriors will cry out our names as they leap onto the shores of Seaguard and Faircastle.
It was a good speech. Didn't want to interrupt.
What are you doing?
What the fuck?
Why should I believe you?
Why would I lie about it?
To create strife between my sister and me?
I am yours, and you are mine.
Damn, Tyrion. Oh, they did it!
Look upon one another and say the words.
Talk about timing.
I am hers, and she is mine.
From my one favorite couple to my other favorite couple.
The end of my days.
How did you kill those guards? Was it hard? Show me how. I want to be able to do it too.
If you would learn, you must come with me. Here.
What is it?
A coin of great value. Just give that coin to any man from Bravos and say these words to him. Vala Morgulis.
What the
Farewell, Arya Stark.
Go to the wall to Jon.
Oh,
He'll look after you and let your mother know you're safe.
He's not there.
To leave you.
No more than I want to leave you. Do it quickly.
Ah. R.I.P. to a goat. I wonder if this is like as she remembers it. Like as she, I know she hasn't seen it since she was a baby. If she even has a memory of it, I don't know. She might not. Or we know she wants the throne, so this could just be a way to distract her and just mess with her head overall. I almost want to rewatch the first season just because I. Damn, and the baby.
Until the sun rises in the west and sets in the east.
Oh.
Until the rivers run dry.
She remembered that word for word. She's probably scarred by it.
You will be with them, and we will be with you until time comes to an end. Welcome home, Daenerys Stormborn.
Give them that order, the fire order.
Dracarys.
Yeah, there it is. He's dead. All his magic just withers away. Oh, and Jon Snow, we're literally getting everything. Oh, they were like acting, I think.
You can tell, Mance. That's the man who killed Cora Lafan.
Oh, wow.
Time to meet the king beyond the wall.
They've got a whole city. Was that the only way for it? Halfhand wanted that to happen, I assume, based on the last episode, because he kind of like, when he nudged him. But is that supposed to gain their trust?
Khaleesi, please. You said you'd never leave Karth alive.
Come.
And she's gonna take. I mean, you took her dragons. You asked for all this.
Nothing.
It was all.
Thank you, Zara Zoan Doxos. Thank you for teaching me this lesson.
Thank you, please!
Oh my god! I just had this huge feeling of this is the Khaleesi turn right here. Man, I can't explain to you the goosebumps that went through my body as she shut that door, and the score just did all these things to add additional impact to that turn of.
I thought we were coming north to
I'm in
fight
power now.
wildlings.
What's 3? Oh, 3. 3 is what was 3 again? 3 is White Walkers or something. Oh, fuck. Ooh, this is fucking scary. Oh my god, I can't even look at that. That White Walker on that horse is one of the most scary, just horrific things I've ever seen in my life. I'm like someone who is easily just completely demoralized by anything that has to do with horror, like any of these ghouls, creatures, monsters, paranormal type of anything from any sort of horror movie. Like if I just see it, I can't sleep. That's the kind of thing that will prevent me from sleeping easily. I assume they let Sam live because he kept on going. It looks like they have bigger concerns, and I think that they're headed back towards the wall. I think maybe there's a lot of them, and they're on a mission, it seems, and I assume it's them heading back to the wall, or either way, just heading back to cause havoc. I wouldn't want to be in the presence of them if I was anyone in Westeros. So it's clearly not a good situation for anybody. Okay. Wow, that was so scary. I don't remember. The only thing I remember from the first episode is a little girl, but I don't remember that. I don't remember that. Whatever you want to call that. And I love that the show, like, having those things is such a draw in a show already. You know, you could have that as the forefront of your advertisements and your promo and say, hey, come watch the show. Look at these scary looking things that we got, and people got to fight these things. And first of all, I don't even know how you would I can't fathom fighting that. And I love everything that's been introduced. It's only season 2, which is what's crazy to me, and that's my overall point, is that this is the first time I've really gotten to see them. And if you combine all the scenes they've been in, it's been a minute. Like this, and this was most of it. This was like a 40-second scene, and then you had the opening scene in the first episode, and then there was that one scene when John and the Night's Watch were at that one creepy guy who has babies with his daughters, and I think that was a White Walker that he was doing sacrifices to, but I'm still not entirely sure. I'm not, or unless it was just a wildling. I don't know. Yeah. I'm still like, I feel like it's one or the other, or it could be door 3 option C. I don't know. But the point is that we haven't like seen much of the White Walkers, and yet it's such a large interest as a viewer in the show, and it's amazing because they have that large draw, and yet I'm already so invested in everything else. Like, think about Arya. Arya was on the screen for the last 2 or 3 episodes here for a couple minutes, and Arya, everything that has to do with Arya is incredibly fascinating to me. Like everything with Gendry, like where is that gone? Like when is that going to come back at some point? Or rightful heir to the throne doesn't seem to matter to anyone anymore. So I don't even know if Gendry, if that's going to come to play at any point. Speaking of Arya, Jaqen, who I love, anytime he's on the screen, it's just like, I need to shut up and listen to him speak, is no longer Jaqen. He's Valar Morghulis, and he lives in Braavos, and if Arya ever needs him, she's got this coin. She just has to ask someone from Braavos for him. But I would imagine that means she would have to travel to Braavos in order to do so. I assume that's going to be a factor at some point. In the meantime, she is just setting out to go find her brother and her mom, and begrudgingly her sister. It's going to be interesting. What you have that group of her, Gendry, and the other guy's name I can't remember. Then you've got Osha, and Rakan, and Bran, and Hodor. That's right. You got that group who is going to where are they headed? This is like the fewest notes I've ever taken in an episode, because there's something about this episode that was just it just moved so well, and you constantly like are so zoned in on everything happening, and the way they go from one. See, what I love about this is they found a way, somehow, some way, to touch on, and it was something I thought about going to the episode, like there's so many places we have to go, and so many storylines and arcs that have to be touched on here and wrapped up, or either found a way to give us some kind of resolution, but also make it make sense to continue into season 3, and they did all that perfectly. We have continuations of things. The Greyjoy thing is... they put a hood over his head and knocked him out. I assume they're taking him back to back home. I forgot the place he lives off the top of my head, but they're taking him back home. I assume that they burned down all of Winterfell, and I don't think there's going to be any sort of revenge or vengeance on that for a while, because Rob has his hands full, completely full. Where's Rakan going? Shoot, what did they say? Not to go. It was either they were gonna go south or they were gonna go north. No, they were gonna go south because his brother and mom are in the south, and then the guy who died, I forget his name too, and I hate that I can't remember it right now, because he is the man. He told them not to go south because there's dangers that lie there, so they just have to go north and survive? Like, literally just survive? I don't know. But obviously they're going to be on some kind of adventure of survival, and it's crazy too, because these siblings remain separated, And it's like, no matter what what obstacle or place or issue or people they run into, they continue to remain separated, and they just can't make their way to each other. John isn't actively searching them. Obviously, he's in his own world with that situation. About to meet Mance, and with that, I do assume that him and Half. Man, names are just like slipping onto my brain right now. The half guy. I assume that plan was orchestrated by, again, Half guy, as a way for John to gain some level of trust with them. It was the only way, I think. So he kind of sacrificed himself. I think that's what he meant by what he said. But at the end, when he had died there, like, I served the wall or the Night's Watch or whatever, it's kind of saying, like, I had to die in order for us to have any chance, or you to have any chance with whatever's about to happen, which I don't know, and I can't wait to see. And they have like a whole city, by the way, which is so interesting to me. And I'm interested too because that one girl who John is married to in real life, Ygritte, I was genuinely so fascinated by everything she had to say in the last episode, the episode before that, where, you know, I hear about the wildlings constantly, but all you hear is bad. Like, it's said in such a bad connotation. But when she makes her case, it makes you think, oh, there really is two sides to everything, huh? And that's why it's so much more fascinating to get into them and how they live and how they view everyone else. So I can't wait for that. Tyrion's got a real one. He's got a real one, and I'm really happy that he does. And it really came to fruition, because now I actually feel like, you know, because I said before, I think I said at some point during the episode, Shay's always felt like someone he had to hide and he had to protect, and there was all the stuff with this big oncoming battle, and he's got his hands in so many different places right now trying to work his genius Tyrion ways and work all these people, and they did such a good. And so, point being, I fully am obsessed with that relationship, as well as Talisa and Robb, who got married clearly. And I assume there's going to be some issue with Robb and the guy he made the deal with to marry his daughters, but we'll deal with that when that comes. But this show is so good at having so much stuff going on. I'm not used to watching shows. I'm not used to watching shows at all like that, which. Maybe it's just this show is probably just different in that way. I can't imagine. Most shows probably don't even try and do this because it's so impossible to keep up with. Can you imagine the writer's room, the writer's board, and connecting all these storylines some way, somehow? So it's just so impressive to continue to watch and how they keep it going. Like a Tyrion, for example. His character has been so perfectly developed, because the second that she says, let's go to that island, Shay says, let's go to that island, like, your sister tried to have you killed, and you know, we can just live out our days and do everything we do. But the development of Tyrion, right, as soon as she says, let's go to that island, I didn't for a second actually think that was gonna be something he was down with, and it's because of everything he said. Yeah, Tyrion, this is just who he is, and he enjoys it. He enjoys knowing that he is smarter than everybody and brighter and more clever. Like, that is his strength, and he enjoys the fact that that's his strength, and how would he do that on an island alone? So that made perfect sense. She's staying with him, and it's like not even a question. It's like, obviously, I'm yours, you're mine. I love the transition into the Robb and Talisa. I'm yours, you're mine. There's so much going. Yeah, there's so much going on in this episode. Tywin got the hand of the king thing. Didn't have much to say. I'm curious to see what happens with all that, because there's no way he sees this situation as like long-term sustainable. Tywin's an actual leader, it seems. Tywin actually knows how to, you know, keep a group of people survived anyway, and just lead people, period. And I think I would imagine there's no way he sees all this as long-term reasonable. So I would imagine he's got something up his sleeve, but then again, I can't be sure. I mean, Cersei's his daughter, so I don't see him putting her into harm's way. We did not get Jamie brought all the way to King's Landing yet, so that's still ongoing. And man, so much happened in this episode. I guess the last thing I will touch on is Sansa. So we didn't see the Hound in this episode. I don't know if he left or not. I don't know why she's so insistent on staying. My reflex is like, yeah, why wouldn't she want to leave? So every time a new person convinces her to leave, first it was the Hound, now it's Littlefinger, she's still so hell-bent on, nope, I'm staying, my place is here or whatever. Even when there's no marriage on the line, which is all that's ever mattered in her life, and now that's gone, why is she still insistent on staying here? Why? Like, why, Sansa? So I would only hope that after that Littlefinger conversation, she finally comes to her senses and she finds the Hound and the two of them leave together. But then again, I didn't see the Hound. I don't know if he left already, and if he didn't leave, I would imagine there's no way he couldn't have left, because wouldn't Joffrey, after what happened in the battle, which by the way is one of my favorite scenes in this whole show, and the Hound is just like telling Joffrey, like, basically go fuck yourself. I can't imagine he could stick around after that, because we know Joffrey's little ego can't handle any of that. He's gonna marry the Tyrell sister, and yeah, like I said, this show, Khaleesi and the dragons and her Dracarius, what was it? Is that them telling them to make the spell? And earlier on, they couldn't really fully get the fire out, and when you bring it back to end the season where they can get the fire out now, and it kills that guy, and it's just all. I could easily, if I had literally nothing else to do, I could just binge the life out of this show. It's so good. It's so good. And yeah, I'm excited for season 3. Thanks for watching this with me, guys. And I will see you for season 3.